Hey guys, my name is Kyle Long. I'm an ultra runner for Path Projects. I'm also a strength and conditioning coach. I specialize in building strength programming for runners. Today we're gonna go through an upper body workout. Oftentimes we give all of our attention to our lower body. Today we're gonna balance that out with a little push and a little pull session. All you're gonna need is a kettlebell and a couple dumbbells, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're gonna start with a little pull press combination here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna begin with kettlebell deadlifts, and then we're gonna move on to a two-way lateral raise. So we're gonna target our posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, and low back, and then we're gonna move on to the dumbbells here, and we're gonna go after our delts a little bit. So what I'm looking for here is I'm gonna stack up over my kettlebell, I'm going to hinge at the hips down, and I'm gonna complete 12 good, smooth deadlifts here. We're trying to keep this weight between our heel and our toe all the way through. And we're finishing each rep with a nice, strong, full contraction at the top, squeezing our glutes, our abs, while keeping our shoulders packed back. One thing we want to pay attention to here is having a nice neutral spine. We want to keep our eyesight about 2 feet in front of us on the ground. We're not craning up or extending down. We're staying nice and neutral. We're going to go 3 more reps here. Pulling through nice and tight. Again, finishing each rep completely by finishing with a strong connected core. So I finished my 12 reps. From there, I'm gonna grab 2 dumbbells. We wanna go relatively light here, and we're gonna go through this 2 different ways. First, we're gonna externally rotate our thumbs. So our thumbs are pointing out. We're gonna lock the rest of the body into place here, and we're going to raise shoulder height and let them descend slightly behind our body. We're gonna go 12 reps, 3, 4. One thing we want to go through and focus on is not using momentum in any of these reps. We want to stay really stacked up, connected throughout. We're keeping a nice neutral spine again. Nothing else is moving except for those hands connected into those dumbbells. So I'm going to go 2 more reps. Last one here. And then I'm going to fluidly internally rotate my thumbs now. So my thumbs are rotated inwards towards each other, and I'm gonna go through that same motion path now, extending up and slow and controlled back down towards the middle. We're probably gonna find this is gonna be a little more challenging than that first movement pattern. It's a little weaker area of that shoulder, focusing on the post delts, really big for our posture. So as we break down, as the miles wear on, we're a little stronger up top and have a stronger base of support. So I'm gonna go 4 more reps here, nice and tall, really staying strict here. For my final 2, I'm gonna lead with those elbows, 1 more, and then from there, I'm gonna drop the weight, and I'm gonna go right back onto the kettlebell here. So we're gonna square up, a little different angle, so we can see what we're doing with our hips here. We want hips back towards the wall behind us. Again, the kettlebell is right between the heel and the toe, and I'm firing through each rep really tall at the top. Holding the breath till the bottom, exhaling as I stand tall. Again, we're gonna roll through 12 really smooth, strong reps here, keeping that head neutral, abs tight at the top. I'm gonna go 4 more. 1, 2, last 2. Weight on the heels all the way through this, and finishing here, down. Finally then, back on the dumbbells again, we're gonna go through our 2-way raises again, starting with that thumb rotated externally. I'm a little warmed up now. So I'm gonna keep the pace nice and high while really keeping everything else locked into place. We don't need to come any higher than those shoulders, meaning we don't need to come up overhead in any sense. We're just finding a point of tension, moving through it, staying nice and connected. We're gonna go 3 more reps here, 1, 2, and then we're gonna finish with that internally rotated position. So palms are down, thumbs are in, and again, slightly leading with the elbows. There's a little bend in the elbows through this. 4, 5. We're gonna go 6 more reps here. At this point, things should be waking up pretty soon. As these rounds progress, if you ever find yourself starting to lunge into that weight, simply drop the weight a little bit. Last 3, 1, 2, and 3. moving on now, we're gonna go into another push and pull round here. We're going to stack single arm rows with bench dips. So we're gonna attack the lats and the middle back while also giving the triceps a little bit of love. So what we're gonna start with here, we need a dumbbell and a bench, a ledge, anything a couple feet up off the ground here. There's a lot of different ways we can do these rows. For today, we wanna be directly over the weight here. So my chest is nice and in line with that dumbbell, and I'm going to lock myself into place, tight through the abs, and I'm going to pull back slightly towards my hip. So I'm gonna go a nice, smooth 10 reps on each arm, really focusing on keeping the rest of the body in place. So I'm not raising up out of that bottom position, I'm not rotating through the shoulders, and I'm not really giving myself any help into this row. I'm generating all the force through that lat and into that bicep. One more rep, and then I'm going to simply switch sides. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Dumbbell is in line with my midline, and again, I'm pulling ever so slightly back towards that hip, my trail pocket, whatever visual gives you that right movement pattern for that dumbbell to move within. We're gonna go 5 more reps here, finish up our set, and then we're gonna flip pretty quickly into a set of bench dips. Last 2, 1, and down. So from there, I'm gonna flow pretty quickly into a bench dip. So focus on the triceps here. What we wanna do here is assume this nice long position. The further out my feet are, the more challenging this is gonna be. The closer in towards my body my heels are, the easier this is gonna be. So I kind of find a happy spot. I'm tall in the shoulders, my elbows fold straight back, and I sit tall. So I'm gonna knock out 10 reps here, focusing on the elbows collapsing straight backwards. I'm not shrugging through my shoulders. Everything else stays nice and neutral. These reps feel a little easy, so I'm gonna walk the feet out just a little bit more, find some depth, a little breath out as we come tall on this. We'll go 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. From there, we're gonna flow right back into both of these one more time here. So stack back up. Again, I'm over top of that dumbbell, locking myself into place, a little breath out as I pull. I wanna really focus on the middle of my back, that lat, feeling the work getting done here. Big pull, we're gonna go 5 more, and then we're gonna switch arms on us here. 2, big drive, 3, 4, and 5. Again, finishing this set, switching sides, readjusting that dumbbell to make sure I'm nice and in line, and pulling back towards that trail hip. It's okay if there's a little rotation as we pull, especially if it allows you to really stay in line and pull towards that pocket. We're gonna go 3 more good reps here. 2, and 3. Excellent. So now we're gonna finish one more time, go through those dips. Again, this round, I'm gonna try to make this round a little harder. So I'm gonna walk the feet far out in front of me. Again, elbows fold back, nice and tall, little breath out. Really avoiding shrugging through the shoulders, and the elbows are always folding straight back behind me. I like to imagine like I'm in a really thin glass hallway as I'm doing these, and I don't want my elbows to flare out and hit the walls. 1 more, and that's the round. All right, so we're gonna finish here with a little push-pull burner. All we're gonna do is go back and forth between push-ups and pull-ups. How this is gonna work is we're gonna do a push-up ladder, starting with 10 reps with 2 pull-ups in between every set. The kind of fun part here is we're gonna lose 2 reps every round on the push-ups. So we're gonna do 10 push-ups, 2 pull-ups, 8 push-ups, 2 pull-ups, all the way down until we're finishing with 2 and 2 of each. So we'll get going on this to finish things up. So I'm gonna start out in a good push-up position. I'm gonna knock out 10 really good quick reps. If I cannot do a standard push-up, then I'm simply gonna drop down to my knees and do a kneeling push-up. We wanna just focus on getting some really good quality in. So I'm done with my 10th. I'm gonna stand up tall. We've got our pull-up bar. If you can't do traditional pull-ups, use a band, a little bit of help. So I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna focus on just 2 really good, strict pull-ups. Pretty simple. Now I'm gonna drop right back down into my set of 8. So the rounds start getting shorter. Thinking about breathing on the way up. Halfway through this, keeping my hips nice and high. I'm gonna go 2 more reps up to 8. And I stand up nice and tall again. I'm back up on the bar here for my pull-ups. Shake the arms out when you need to. And 2 really good reps. All the way back down. So now the rounds are getting a little shorter here. So we're gonna go 6 really nice smooth push-ups again. We can play with the width of the hands at any point. A little wider is gonna be more chest dominant, and narrow is going to be more tricep dominant. Last rep. And I'm back up nice and tall on the bar again here. Shake the arms out. And 2 more really nice tall reps. So now I've got my 2 short sets left. So I'm gonna come down, 4 quick push-ups, still focusing on that really good tall position, big lockout at the top of every rep. And I stand up nice and tall. 2 more. 1 and 2. Finishing now with a real quick set, 2 of each. So still wanna keep the quality high right at the end. And finally, standing up tall 1 more time, and 2 big pull-ups. And that's the round. All right, guys, so that's the end of the session. This is a workout you can run through 1 to 2 times a week, and it's very simple to progress and regress it. You can simply add and remove sets of each section that we worked on to make this workout harder or a little bit easier. So on the high end, I had to work through this 3 to 4 sets of everything, and on the lower end, 1 to 2 times, we'll still get a lot of work done without laying you up too much for the rest of the week. So have a go at it and have a good one.